My name is Eddie Foster. My wife and I, Mary, are the current owners of the Captain Price home. You can see it in the background behind me. Captain George Washington Price was a captain in the U.S. Cavalry back in the Civil War, and he built this house from sawmill lumber that he got from Arkansas. He lived in the house next door while he built this house, and the story is that he went to pay a visit to some friends in France, and while he was going across the country there with his wife, they saw a house just like this one, and they insisted, that the wife insisted, that he go up and ask the people for the blueprints. Well, after she badgered him for a while, he went up and he did ask the people for the blueprints. He did get a copy, brought them back, downsized them, and built the house as an exact replica of what he had seen in France. The house was built in 1898. It has a lot of Filipino pine and all heart pine. The entire structure is made of wood and plaster. The interesting thing about it is this house was built on one of the highest hills in Water Valley, and in the war Captain Price had lost one of his legs, and so he had to walk on a wooden leg. And when he was younger, he'd always ride a horse around town, but in his later years he walked all the time, and he would walk up and down this hill to get back into town from the house. The house was built by a master carpenter named Sam Hillhouse, and interestingly enough, in every closet in the house he wrote his name and the date that the contract was let and the date that the house was completed. Another strange thing that we found out about the house is the son of Captain Price married a Mary Ella Fontaine, and my wife's mother's name is Mary Ella, and Captain Price was married for a second time, and his second wife was named Mary Virginia, and that happens to be my wife's name. So we thought that that was kind of an eerie situation. We don't think the house is haunted. At least we've never had any indication that it was, except in the very beginning when we first bought the house. Late at night in the wee hours, we could hear someone up in the attic sitting, and it sounded as if they were reading the newspaper, because we could hear the pages of the newspaper turning. But other than that, there hasn't been any other eerie circumstances. We're up on the third floor of the house now. It's 97 degrees outside and about 120 degrees up here where we are. I'm standing in front of a chimney that controls 4 fireplaces on the east side of the house. There are 4 flues inside this fireplace, and there are 4 more on the other side. The interesting thing about the house and what makes it so strong is the superstructure. There are 4, I think they're 12 by 12 or 10 by 12, 40-foot long studs that go from bottom floor all the way up into the attic and tie into the top rafters. That gives us its structure.